Hello and good evening. Welcome to our Lurave Opportunity webinar. My name is Jennifer Writing, and my job tonight is to tell you a little bit more about Lurave, our company, our products, and then the business opportunity. So let's get started here. Lurave is actually a division within an existing company called Live Elite International. Live Elite International has been in business for the last 7 years. They are profitable and they are currently operating in over 66 countries. Now, when I heard this, I got a little excited because most companies, when they start, have a high failure rate because they don't have the funding, they don't have the expertise, they don't have systems in place, they don't have leadership in place. This company is based off of an existing company. We have the same leadership, the same systems, the same infrastructure, and the funding of a very successful, profitable company. But with Lurave, you have a brand new product line and a brand new opportunity. So from there, we have been able to take that and create some really very powerful products. If you were able to watch the short little video prior to this that went over the products and Dr. Kwan, you would have found and seen that Dr. Kwan does skincare like nobody else does. She is a pharmaceutical inventor and has been in that world for the last 25 years, has been very successful and come up with some amazing product lines that are being licensed and used by pharmaceutical companies around the world. Well, because of that, she has taken her expertise in the arena of transdermal patch technologies, which most of you would recognize that as things like the hormone patches or the nicotine patch or pain patches. She's taken that technology and her ability to put micro ingredients onto a patch and have that actually go through all the layers of the skin to then affect and get that into the bloodstream and affect whatever problem she's looking to cure. Well, our product, what she's done here with this product is use that same system and that same technology with micro ingredients, now being able to get through the top layer of skin into the epidermis, and now with more than anyone else can do, actually get into that epidermis and actually change the behavior of DNA skin cells. So she's actually being able to show under a microscope, and that's what the clinical data proves. We can actually look through genomic testing and look under a microscope. Once you unravel the DNA, we actually, because we've mapped the human genome, we know where the genes on the DNA are that actually are responsible for creating skin cells. Now, you can actually watch as you put product over those markers and watch them now start behaving, replicating, and acting like they were young skin cells, which what that looks like to you and I is improved elasticity, is fine lines and wrinkles starting to fade, is firming, is tightening, is less age spots, skin tags, all those things starting to disappear, scarring now being able to go away as well, and just better quality skin because your skin is now replicating like it was and being fed and getting the nutrients it was like when you were in your 20s. So very powerful. The other clinical test and what makes us different is that we actually have a clinical study that took our product versus a typical night cream side by side, tested them, shows our product actually has 55 times the absorption rates of other over-the-counter night creams. Now, that is extremely powerful. So this is kind of like one of those Total commercials where you see, eat one bowl of Total or, 1,000 bowls of this other product. Well, that's the same thing here. This is not just 55% increase. This is 55 times. So you are getting a lot more product for your skincare dollar that's actually being absorbed in the skin and doing something. Now, these are revolutionary products, but the third product that Dr. Kwan has is actually our eye patches. Now, the eye patches is something different that nobody else in the market has, and this makes us very unique. What she has done, instead of using an eye cream, she has taken the same ingredients and intensified them a little bit from what's in our night cream and actually put them on her signature, the transdermal patch. And as actually you place that under the eye, and as you sleep, you're having time-released ingredients melt into the skin. And you're seeing no absorption, you're seeing no evaporation, but with higher levels of absorption than ever has been before. So you're getting basically, skin treatment all throughout the night while you sleep as the skin is ready to absorb more ingredients, which is very, very powerful, and is why you'll see in a minute in the before and after is why we're having such powerful results. This is actually a gentleman that was using the products for just about 2 months. And you can see there on the left his before picture where he has some very severe age spots, some darkening and some bags, some really, really dry skin and redness. You can tell there over on the right, he's definitely seen a decrease in the wrinkles. He's seeing lightening of those red spots and dark circles, and you're seeing the texture of his skin dramatically change. This one, I actually show you to show that this poor woman was actually going through chemotherapy and was seeing everything affect her skin, and dryness and breakouts and irritation. Nothing was working except for when she finally started using Lurave. It's the only thing that did not irritate her skin. So when people ask me if they can use this on sensitive skin, the answer is absolutely. You want to try this on your skin. So she just after a few weeks here was seeing diminished redness, increased moisture levels. She was seeing some of these fine lines. Look at these right here. The fine lines starting to fade, the dark spots starting to fade, and absolutely starting to see lines starting to fade as well. Now, this isn't a before and after. This is both these two actually only put the product on half their face. That would be a terrible before and after if she turned into an older man if you put the product on. Instead, she actually just put the product on half her face. You can see here how just a few weeks of using the product, how she'd had these darker circles and lines and bags under her eyes, and it was firming over here. Obviously, these marionette lines are definitely starting to fade as well. The texture is better, the pore size is better, and the wrinkles up here are starting to fade too. She doesn't have them on this side as well. So definitely seeing dramatic effects. Even the wrinkles on her forehead here are not being seen on this side as well. And you can definitely see here under her lips there, that's usually one of the first places where you start to see sagging and drooping, and it's absolutely starting to firm on this side too. Now he did the same thing. So you can see on the left side he did not use the product, but on the right you can definitely see the dramatic difference in the bags under his eyes starting to decrease. And then one of the things I love to show is look over here versus here. Look at the skin, the tightening and the firming that is happening. You can see that dramatically more on his neck. He only used this on half his neck as well. He used it on this side and not this side. So you can see those wrinkles starting to fade and the firming starting to happen. But what I love is you can definitely see a dramatic difference on his nose, on the pore sizes on this side versus this side. So he's definitely seeing some really great results there. Here she's just showing and the difference between her right and left hand. She did not use a product over here, but she did on this hand. Well, she's seeing that result. She's actually seeing diminished lines and wrinkles, but also those age spots are starting to go away as well. Now, I just show you these as just a few of the hundreds and hundreds of before and afters that we have to show you some of the differences and what's happening. Now, these same results are happening for people across the country right now, and people are starting to take notice. We actually are working currently with the Brooks PR firm in New York City, where they are doing an awesome job of getting us into major magazines and into major television shows as well. So we have been in talks, in the last few weeks with Lucky, with Self, Allure, the Wall Street Journal and the USA Today, New York Times are all looking at doing articles on the science and Dr. Kwan's science. Now, after that, we actually take this to the television, and we've actually been in negotiations with some of these shows right here and are talking with them about doing segments on the product, and they're loving what they're seeing and want to kind of be the ones to break this story. So I only tell you this to let you know that this company is investing. They are going to be here for a very long time. And people are going to know the name Lurave. Within the next few months, you're going to see people looking for this skin patches. They're going to be looking for the people who are changing the way skincare is done. And the science behind this is groundbreaking. Now, I only tell you this because I actually have a good friend of mine who used this same PR firm. Just about, it was quite a few years ago, she used this firm. They got them one segment on the Today Show. It was 5 minutes long. And they, in that segment, talked about the science about her skincare product. Now, that product obviously didn't have the same kind of science or results that we're seeing here, but was a good product. Well, within a week and a half of them airing that 5-minute segment, they actually sold, the company sold over $150 million worth of product in 1 week. Now, that's powerful. We are going to do the same thing. We are going to have more than just the television. We're going to have, these magazines, the newspaper articles. You're going to have a massive, massive buzz. And these are all going to start hitting the airways in the August, September timeframe. So what does that look like for you? What does it look like for me? What does that do for you? Well, because Alluravay is the manufacturer of these products, they are not the wholesaler. You and I become the wholesale distributors of this product. So we are the end source that gets these to consumers. So by doing that, when someone sees this product on a television show, Dr. Oz, The Today Show, The View, or sees it in a magazine, and they Google it, maybe they find corporate's website, corporate can sign them up as a customer, but then they actually are assigned to one of the existing distributors, you or I or one of the other distributors. Now, the company actually has an algorithm in place saying, determined by, how close in proximity you are and how well you're doing, that they're going to be assigning those customers to distributors. So you definitely want to have a piece of this pie. You want to be engaged. You want to be involved. And the way to do that is to become a distributor here and start building a team to do the same thing. So what people want to know is, how do I capture the biggest piece of this pie when this PR campaign hits? And I tell them, you basically have the next 8 weeks to put a very powerful team in place, work really hard to do that. And by doing that, you can capture a very decent chunk of all of the volume that's going to be spent, and products that are going to be sold will be hopefully sold through your team. Now, the way we do that is very simple. As I said, we're going to do the math here. I'm going to show you a little equation. What I like to teach people is something very simple. I want to teach them I actually want to teach them how to get 4, but let's say everyone just does 2. Let's say everyone goes out and they find 2 business partners who actually want to do this business and make some money. Now, from there, they're also going to go out and get customers. But let's say just right here, we're just talking about distributors. So let's say over the next few weeks, the next 6 weeks, this week you find 2 business partners that want to do this with you. The next week, those 2 find 2. The next week, those 2 find 2. The next week, those 2 find 2. The next week, they each find 2, and then on and on. So 6 weeks later, just following this very simple equation of every brand new person just finding 2 business partners, you would have over 126 distributors on your team. Now, if every single person went out then and got 2 customers and they themselves purchased product, you would have generated over $88,000 in total volume in your team. Now, that's just getting started. Now, from here, let's say at that point, with that kind of volume, you'd be what's called a Ruby in our company. You have qualified for our Audi program. You'd made a $10,000 bonus, and on average, you'd be making anywhere from $7,000 to $8,000 per month in residual income. Not a bad place to start after 6 weeks. Now, again, this is just the beginning. This is where we grow from here. What I want to show you is what happens when you're already here and then the PR campaign hits. Let's say you have those 126 distributors. They each have a couple customers. Then the PR campaign hits, and we all focus on going out and getting customers and promoting whatever television show, magazine articles, and things are happening out there. And let's say every person, let's say they kind of flub. Instead of getting 14 or 40 new customers, let's say they each go out and get 4. Okay? Each of them get 4 new customers. And that would generate another $50,000 of volume, which would put you at a total of over $138,000 of volume. Now, that increase in that little month's time would now have given you a great increase in your paycheck. That would actually take you to another level in our car allowance program. You'd be qualifying for trips. You'd be making over $15,000 a month in residual income. Pretty great place to start. So the question people usually have here is, how do I get customers, and what do you say? We have a very simple method that we use to go and acquire customers. The first thing we do is we take one of each of the bottles of product and one of your patches, and we go to one of your friends and we say, listen, John, I just got started in a brand new company. I'm actually partnered with a skincare company. Our product is going to be featured in magazines like Vogue, Lucky, Cosmo, all those different kinds of magazines, and on some TV shows here in the next few weeks. But in the meantime, I need some really great before and afters to get my business rolling. Would you do me a huge favor? I want you as a customer, and I'm telling you these products are amazing, but I want to have you try it first. So if I have you try these for the next week, if you love them, I want you to buy them. If you don't, just give them back to me, no questions asked. Is that fair? Usually you're going to get an absolutely that's fair. So they're excited, they're intrigued about the products, they want to see how they're working with them. Well, I'm going to let them try them for a week. Now, in the meantime, as soon as they're done with that, I'm going to go back at the end of that week, so 5 days actually, I'm going to go back and I'm going to say, did you love them or did you not? And they're going to say, I loved them. Great, let's get you your own bottles and I'll take those back. So we get them ordered and they have their bottles within the next 2 days. So now they're on the product, trying the product, and then they're referring people to you to get new customers as well because they're loving the product. Now, that's how we go and acquire customers. Then we actually also want to go and find business partners because I'm of the adage of I want to work harder than smarter. I want to work smarter rather than harder, excuse me. And I actually would rather be a business owner than a salesperson. So that's who I want to talk to. I want to talk to people who are entrepreneurial, who have influence in their social circles, who are driven, and who, frankly, are busy. Because you probably know this as well as I do, that the busiest people you know are the ones that get things done. And the reason they're busy is because people keep asking them to do things because they know how to get things done. So that's who we want to talk to. When they come to a friend and tell them that they actually have a business opportunity they want them to listen to, they're going to listen to them because they respect them and they see that they're going to do well because they've done well in most everything they do. So that's who we want to talk to first. Then you can go talk to the salespeople. Then you can go talk to everybody else. But first we want to talk to those people. Now, the reason we want to do that, actually we'll go here. On those customers that you acquired, every single customer you acquire, you're actually going to make 25% when they sign up to be a customer. So these are the people who just want to take the product, they have better looking skin, they're not interested in the business opportunity, they just want to be a customer. You're going to make starting at 25 up to 40% of every purchase that they make. Now, after that, we then take that kit. Now, every person when they join the business has the option of 2 different kits. There's a kit that offers you for $645. You actually get 3 bottles of serum, 3 bottles of night cream, and 14 patches. So with that, and when I was talking about every 5 days, you could have those bottles in other people's hands. You'd have enough product for yourself, and then you'd have enough product to let anywhere from 10 to 12 people be trying it in your first month. Now, if 10 to 12 people are being exposed to the product, you're going to be having some really great results. They're going to be talking about it, and they're going to be joining your business either as a customer or as a distributor. So what we want to teach people to do is to go out and find 4 customers and 4 distributors. So this here would be your first 4 distributors that want to actually sell the product and make money. So what we're going to do is we're going to teach them how to do that. So every single person, the way we make money here is every single person when they join the business, because they each bought a kit, you're going to make a $100 bonus. Now that's if that's the $645 kit. There is another kit that's $300. That kit actually gives you just enough product for you and 1 bottle of night cream. So that's actually over a $400 value that you're getting there for $300, but you only have 1 bottle of night cream to share. So you're not going to be getting as many customers with that, but if you really need to stretch the dollar, that's one way you can get in. But I definitely recommend the kit that gives you enough product for yourself to be sharing it to go out and get as many customers as possible. So let's say you have everyone join at that $600 kit, the $645 kit. Every time they join, a new person joins, you're going to make a $100 bonus. So that's going to go on and on and on. So through 4. Now, once you've done that, then let's say you now go out and you find your 4 customers as well, because people have been trying this for the last few weeks. You're going to have 4 new customers. Now, from those 4 customers, you're going to make 25% of every single one of the products that they purchase. Let's say, on average, each of them purchased $200 worth of product. 25% of that would be another $200. So in your first few weeks in the business, you found 4 customers and 4 distributors. You know, this could be your first few days. It could be your first few weeks. Doesn't matter. Whatever time you do that in, you've now already made your first $600 in this business. Okay? Now, what I want to do is show you not just how to break even, but now how to become profitable in your business and make some serious money. In the first month, in addition to that, if you've just done that now and you've now gone and told people how to do the same thing. We've taught your 4 people that you've now brought into the business to find their 4 distributors and their 4 customers. If you've done that, you've now created some serious volume in your teams. Now, the first way we get paid in our commissions and our team commissions is actually through the unilevel. So what this does is actually you get paid infinitely wide. This doesn't have to be 4 people. I want to show you how to do this with 4. You can do this with 6, with 8, with 10, with 12. Doesn't matter. There's no limit to how you start here. But this is showing you the simple way of starting with 4. If you did this scenario, that would have generated over $5,200 of volume on your first level. Now, what would happen here is by doing that, you're going to make 5% of that first level of volume, and that would be about $260 for this month for that scenario. Now, below here, these guys also bought starter kits and came in. They haven't quite gotten customers yet, so you now have generated $8,000 on what we would call your level 2. You make another 5% of that. That's $400. Now, you make percentages through up to 9 levels of individuals. That becomes very powerful. But the question most people ask me, is that's a great amount of money. And when they start hitting the 3rd and 4th level, it's even more money. It's great. But what happens when someone comes in on my 10th level, my 11th level? Am I going to make money on them? Well, in a normal company that just has a unilevel commission structure, no, you wouldn't. You would not be incentivized. They'd tell you to go recruit another person. That's how you're going to make more money. Go recruit another person. Go recruit another person. Well, here, obviously you're going to make more money if you recruit more people. But what we show you is a whole other way to get paid infinitely deep. And that's through a binary system as well. So you're going to make a check here. Then you're also on that same scenario, same people, we're going to actually plug those people in to a whole nother system. So what happens is, as you sign up, you're also placed in a binary structure as well. So we go into the computer and place you there. Then when you start signing your people up, let's say you go out and you find a guy named Tom. He's your first business partner. Tom goes out and then you also find a business partner named John, and he wants to do this business. We're going to place John over here. So you actually physically go into your computer. These guys are held in what's called a holding tank, and you will place them and take them out of the holding tank and place them in this binary. Now, the binary system only has 2 positions under every person. So that means 2. There's only 2 positions under there. After those are taken, the next spot available has to go down. So what happens here is, let's say Tom goes out and he finds 2 individuals as well. And then now at this point, you've now recruited someone named Mary. The next spot that's available is here below Tom. That's the next spot. Because let's say Tom and Mary knew each other, so you want to put them together. So you're going to place Mary here. Well, then Tom is still recruiting. And then John goes out and he's recruiting. So John goes out and finds his first 2, 3 as well, his 4th. Then let's say you find Julie, okay? The next spot that's available is going to be for Julie, because Mary was doing her recruiting. Let's go over here. The next spot that's available was down here to place Julie. So that is how the binary works. Now, I'm just going to show you what the back office looks like. This is how it looks like in your actual back office when you place the people. I kind of put their names over these existing people just so you had an example of that here. But what I would do is I would log into my back office and I would say, okay, my brand new person, I've got Julie in my holding tank. I'm going to come in here and I think that Julie and John would work really well together. So I'm actually going to place her down here below Katie. And I just placed Julie. Now she's there forever. Now the next person that comes in is going to go below. The next person is going to come below. Anyone else you can recruit, you're going to place below. Now, what that does is actually starts building teams. You're going to start seeing people below you that you did not recruit. But every product they buy, all the volume of their sales as well, you're going to get credit for. So once you become what's called a Pearl in our company, you are starting to play in the binary commission structure. So that same structure I showed you before with the 4 finding 4, that volume total, you would have over $6,600 of volume in each of your teams in the binary structure. From that, if you just did the very simple math on this, at that point, you can make in the binary anywhere from 10 up to 20%. At this point, because of the volume you have, you'd be making 11%. So you take 11% of that $6,600, you'd make $763. Now that's in addition. Remember, you've only recruited 4 who recruited 4, and everyone's gotten 4 customers. That's it. Now from there, you've also made the $736. So in total, if you were to be able to do this in your first 30 days in the business, they're actually going to give you an extra bonus of $500 for doing that quickly. So now you've made nearly $2,500 in your very first month in this business. Not so shabby. You've also now are just days away from qualifying for a car program. So we're going to show you how to do that in your second month. So that's the first month. Second month. This is what it looked like in your first month. All we're going to do is add. So the 4 people that came in there, we're going to help them each find 4 distributors and 4 customers. You guys, this is really, really simple. If you can do the basics of this and do it over and over and train the people that come in to do the exact same thing, there's some serious money to be made. All that volume, all that product that was sold, you're going to be making some serious money. So month 2, there'd be $4,000 in volume there. You'd already, and $16,000 there, $32,000 of volume on that 3rd level of yours. So we're not even showing what's happening on the 4th and 5th level. So here in month 2, you'd still make that additional $200 on your existing customers. Then you'd make $200 on your level 1, so 5% of that $4,000. $800, which is 5% of that $16,000. Another $1,600 because you've now got 5% of that $32,000. Then on your binary structure, you'd make 12% because of the position you're at there. Now 12% of all of this totaled up, of the half of that, and that binary, you'd make another $3,000 on your binary. That's a total of over $5,900 in your second month. Folks, this works. This system is so simple. Find 4, help them each find 4 and get 4 customers. And then the next month, help those new people find 4 and get 4 customers. And then the next month, help those 4 get 4 customers and find 4 business partners. That's it. By doing that, you are going to be more than doubling your paycheck almost every single month. So here, we still, now because you're at this position and the volume amount that you have, you're now qualified to play in what we call the matching checks. So at that point in the volume that you had in that previous month, so month 2, you'd already be getting paid on matching checks. The way this works is we basically take whatever Tom, so Tom, John, and Mary and Julie are the ones you recruited, remember? Now, whatever Tom made this month in his unilevel, so his 1, 2, 3 levels, maybe 4 or 5, whatever check he made this month, you would get paid a 20% match on anything that he made. So let's say this month Tom made $660, and so did John, so did Mary, and so did Julie. You make $132, so you make a 20% match of that, times 4, you make another $528. Then, in addition to that, you're actually going to make a 10% match on each of these guys. So let's say this month they haven't even gotten customers yet, just on their product alone. They've only made, let's say each of them have $180. And you're going to make a 10% match on them. So $1850 times 16. There's enough of those to add up, another nearly $300 here. So in check matching alone, your second month, you would have made another $824 plus that $5,900. So you're well over $6,500 in your second month. You guys, this program works. The system works. It is so simple and easily trainable and easily doable. This is where we're going here. So you can see the car program. As you advance in rank, you're going to start getting more towards your new Audi. Had an incredible night tonight. I actually spent the last hour with 2 of the girls that I got involved, and they were out picking up their brand new Audis. Within 9 weeks, they have done this. They've actually hit this position, and they're already getting their brand new cars today. So excited to share that with you. And we have 5 more that are about to do this month as well. So excited to have that. And this is, again, we're only 9-10 weeks into this business. So some amazing opportunities as well. And I love the fact that I have a brand new car that's free that I'm driving, that the company's paying for. But what I love even more is that my best friends that I got involved here are doing the same. And I'm seeing them see the success, see the business grow, and driving brand new cars and making some really great money just in the first few weeks of being involved in this business. So I get really excited about that. In addition to the car program, we also have rank advancement bonuses. So you can see when you hit certain positions, you're going to make some cash bonuses as well. And then from there, what we teach people to do is every single month, just to remain active, they need to actually purchase a minimum of at least $100 of product. That keeps them active. Now, I want to teach them to do that in the first 5 days of the month. If they set their auto ship to purchase their product in the first 5 days of the month, they're actually going to get what we call double auto ship rewards points. So normally, you get a point for every single dollar that you spend on your auto ship. Well, if you put that to come out in the first 5 days of the month, you actually get double rewards points. So within your first month or two, you're actually getting free product as well that you can then also go share and let people try to now get new customers. So very powerful ways that we're using to help you grow your business. So from here, you've now heard the science, you've heard about the products, you've seen how we make money. It's time to make a decision. I am telling you that I have been overwhelmed at the amount of success that we have seen just in the last few weeks of joining this Allure of A opportunity. And there's some incredible growth that is going on. This train is moving. This is the beginning of an incredible company that will be around for the next 30, 40 years to come. And I am excited to see that and excited to see the growth and expansion that's happening. So what to do? Decide if you yourself or if you qualify, and if you are willing to put in the work to be first. You know, there's a lot of companies that you could go out there and join right now and become successful in that takes a lot of hard work. But there's only ever a beginning once. And we are at the beginning. And we all know that when you were at the beginning, it's some of the hardest work, but it is some of the biggest rewards come from hard work. And I will tell you, I'm not afraid of hard work. I can do hard things. You can do hard things. And the hard things here are basically talking to people, training people, teaching people. It's actually really fun work. So getting started, it's $645 to buy your kit. Now, I tell people to expect to spend about $200 a month because you're going to want to have product on hand to use yourself and train people with. The minimum is $100, but I would tell you that you're going to want to at least spend that. So that is your overhead. That takes care of your operating costs for your eventual massive global distribution company. So I want you to put this in perspective. You guys are beginning and starting a brand new business. You are a 1099 employee. You have the tax write-offs that come with that. But for that monthly fee, the company is doing all of your credit card processing. They are doing all of your billing, all of your customer service, all of your training, all of your tracking as well. Now, I've owned traditional businesses in the past where it cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars just to purchase the rights to sell some certain products. Then I had to go get employees, I had to buy computers and fax machines and get billing set up and bank account set up and, do all of that. It cost me thousands and thousands of dollars every single month just to run my business before I ever made a dime. So I have now showed you how in your first month, you can actually more than double what your investment was. And in your second month, you could be making up to $6,000 in your second month in a business. That's way more than profitable. And from there, growing and duplicating nearly every single month. So that is the opportunity that you have in front of you. It's your choice to decide whether that's something that's for you or not. I appreciate you jumping in and spending the time with me this evening and learning a little bit more about our company. If you have any further questions, go ahead and get with the person that puts you on the line here tonight. I'm sure they can get those answered for you, and if not, they'll probably be in touch with me and I can get those answered for you. But hope you enjoy this and excited to meet you and be able to work with you in this amazing Allure of A opportunity. Have a great night. We'll be talking soon.